How accessible are all the different dining options on a cruise ship? This is the NCL Prima, and I just wanted to show you some of the different dining options in all the different restaurants and what's available seating wise and how do you get there. So this is the main buffet area, and you can see there's lots of space, and they have these designated seats specifically reserved for accessibility. Not all cruise ships have that. The buffet was also accessible low enough that you could see all the food. Another dining option was in one of the main dining areas called Hudson's, and this was at the back of the ship that had these wonderful views. You can see there the chairs pull out. A lot of the tables by the windows weren't that accessible for wheelchair users, but there was a lot of space around other tables that you could sit at as well. We did have a couple of breakfasts here and we really enjoyed it. One of the specialty restaurants was Le Bistro. It's French cuisine. You can pause it there and look at the menu. You can get your escargot, but it was really spacious. They've got this fancy chandelier here. They've got the pull-away chairs if you're a wheelchair user, or you could sit on the bench seats here. It was a really nice place for dining. All the restaurants are easily accessible by lifts on board. It's clearly labelled and marked out. There are 20 decks and there's lots of different dining options, so you need those lifts. Another dining area was called The Local. It was split into two halves. This side was like the bar, and you could get late night snacks here till like 3-4 o'clock in the morning. And on the other side, we had breakfast in here. It was like a casual dining type place. It was still table service, but there was a lot of space in there as well for wheelchair users. Another option was the indulge food hall, and I did like the variety in here. You could sit outside there on a better day. I'll show you more of that on another video. Or inside, and they had all these different areas, the noodles, tapas, there was Latin, you could get all sorts in there. But the best of it was, you just sit down, find yourself a table, and they had these little iPads in relation to all those different carts that we just walked past. So you would just choose what you wanted and then put it all through on an order, and the waiter would bring it to the table for you. So you could get a variety of all different types of food brought to the table. They also had a dessert trolley there, you can see in the background, and I absolutely loved that. Another dining option was Cagney's Steakhouse, and we loved the food in here, but it wasn't quite as accessible for wheelchair users. It was a little bit of a cramped space, but the food was delicious. The Commodore room was a lot more spacious and wheelchair friendly, and these were just some of the dining options on board. I've got more to come on cruises and accessibility if you want to watch, so stay tuned. Bye.